Welcome back and good morning, Central Oregon. Todd Sensenbach joins me this morning from Homestead Senior Care. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I am well, and I've been excited to talk to you about this because I understand you've put together a new emergency kit for seniors and their families. Why did you do this?
Well, I think it's pretty evident that a lot of people run into situations where they have an emergency and they can't find the information that they need. And we see it all the time, so we figured if we put this kit together, it would help them have one place to put all that information. And also, a lot of families keep this information in a lot of different places. So you don't want to be going to 5 different places to find this information, so we thought if we put the kit together, it would centralize that and help those people with that.
So what is in the kit?
Well, there are several categories in the kit. The first one is contact information. And you can keep any kind of contact information in there that you might need. And you just think about, what would I want to have in case of an emergency? So your emergency contacts, the doctor's names, the dentist, the attorney, a lawyer, you think about those types of things, and you can record that information in the kit, and with a whole bunch of other types of contact information, maybe your insurance company's information, your bank's information, your church's information. You just think about anything that might come up, you can record it in this kit.
Okay. You mentioned other categories of information. Tell me about that.
Yeah, one of them is medications. And I don't think I've ran into a senior yet that really had a good grasp of what medications need to be taken when, basically. And what it'd do, you can just record any kind of medication. You can record an over-the-counter medication, a prescription med, or you can record an as-needed medication, what we call a PRN med, or a regularly scheduled med. You record the medication's name, its dosage, and when it needs to be taken. And you can make as many copies of this form as you need. So some people take 30 meds, and they can record all those medications on there. And so then you have them all in one spot. That's one of the other categories in the kit. And the next one is medical conditions, and so, or allergies, if you want to think of it like that. And you can record the condition. You can record any of the symptoms that you sort of need to pay attention to if this starts to happen, and then the medications that you might want to have handy if this condition begins, and then any other emergency protocols or procedures that you need to be aware of if mom breaks out in this rash or whatever it may be. So those.
If you're diabetic, would that also be?
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the conditions that you would put in that. What else is in that kit?
Well, it has a really neat doctor visit form. This is another thing that we run into all the time. The daughter will call and she'll say, "What did the doctor say today when you went to the doctor?" And mom doesn't remember what the doctor said. So we put this really neat little form together, and they can record all their questions and that they want to have answered while they're there, and then they can record all of his or her answers when they go visit the doctor. So when she calls that night, they have it handy. So that's in there. There's also a wallet-sized version of the kit, not as elaborate as the main one, but that you can just put in your wallet. And then it also has a lot of really neat online information that a family can use to try to manage mom and dad's care.
What else should families consider including in this kit?
Well, if you think about anything that you would need in an emergency, so your advanced directive, living will, your power of attorney, insurance policies, medical insurance information, your Medicare card, maybe your Medicaid information, your last will and testament. I mean, you can go on and on about what you want to put in there, but if you have it all in one spot, and this kit comes with a really neat little box that you can just put all the information in. And so they have one central place to keep all of this information.
But then with all of that personal and important information in there, it needs to be kept in a safe place.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't just have that out on the counter for,
right.
for anybody to have. So how can families get their own senior emergency kit?
Well, they call our office at 541-330-6400. We'll be happy to mail them a complimentary copy.
Nice.
And while supplies last, so if you want one, I would suggest you call in soon. And then if we don't have any left, or if you just want to get your own, you can go to the website, senioremergencykit.com, and you can download all those worksheets that we've been talking about today.
Okay, so senioremergencykit.com is that website. Otherwise, our local Homestead Senior Care is offering you a complimentary copy, and that is 541-330-6400, and of course that is while supplies last. But I mean, the reason we're talking about all of this, a lot of people are putting together emergency kits, things like that. You see this every day. People scrambling for information that may not even exist. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah, really, we end up being in the middle of that a lot of times because the daughter might live out of state, and there's some kind of emergency going on, and dad's in the ER, and they're asking him some questions, and we're asking our caregiver some questions, and we don't know all the answers. Right. And I know that dad would have known the answers, and maybe the daughter would have known part of the answers, and if we could have just got them all in one spot, then we could have had that information with us when the doctor in the ER was asking us.
That's right. So again, senioremergencykit.com is the website. You can download that information, and then also it's available complimentary from 541-330-6400, our local home instead senior care. So it was nice to see you this morning, Todd.
Nice
Thank
to be
you.
back again. Thanks.
Thank you. Right now we're gonna